to it with our words. Okay, that's why spell casting is a very dangerous thing. But mirrors, when you're dealing with mirrors, you're dealing with fallen entities. All right, it's imperative that you understand what mirrors are. All right, mirrors come from the fallen realms. Okay, this is home of the fallen angels. It's one of the greatest tricks that the elites or Satan himself ever used was to get us to put these mirrors into our homes. All right. So anciently, the mirrors we had, we didn't use glass. Okay, we use water. We use natural reflectors to reflect our image back to us. This is where the whole idea of today's mirror even comes from. It comes from the ancient way that we practice reflection. Okay, we always looked at the water to interpret, to do divination work, and when we needed to get a reflection of our image, we would create water. We would create waterways in front of us because we were more in tune with the elements. If we didn't create river falls or waterways in front of us, so what's a waterway? A waterway is basically when you tap into the element of water and you create just a nice flow, like a nice waterfall of water, but in front of you. But it's not connected to like nothing solid. It's connected strictly to the astral realms, okay? Because water is pervasive all throughout the cosmos. So we would do it that way, or when we was down here in the physical, if we happen to come down here or go to another planet and manifest physically, we always use the natural water. All right, when you go to a pond, when you go to a lake, the water gives you a natural reflection of yourself. Okay. Also, with certain crystals that we use that will give us natural reflections of ourselves. You can look at yourself in the hematite crystal. All right. Certain quartz crystals you can look at yourself in. So this is the ancient way of using a mirror. Now, the new mirrors that we know, the ones we see that we put in the houses, the ones we see in our bathrooms, the ones that people keep in their pocket to look at their reflection. These are all negative entities that frequent these holographic worlds, because these mirrors were made out of glass. Okay, and to understand what is glass made out of? Glass is made out of sand. Okay, but what type of sand? Silica sand, to be exact. Now, if you used to pull out your MacBook and go to what is silica sand, Google says silica sand is a granular material that contains, I got it pulled up right here. Silica sand is a granular material that contains quartz crystals and minimum amounts of coal, clay, and other minerals. Okay, it is also known as quartz sand and industrial sand, and it's largely used in several construction applications. The presence of silica sand on metal materials can be a source of crevice corrosion on those metals. Pay attention to that. Silica sand is a bad thing. All right, metal is natural. You have metal in you. Notice how the last sentence says that the presence of silica sand on metal materials can be a source of crevice, meaning it will lead to corrosion of the metals. Okay, that's all I need that for. All right, so you can eat it. Don't need that anymore. All right, so I was just telling you that the mirrors we have today are made out of glass, and the specific glass that are used for mirrors, that glass is made out of silica sand. Okay, silica sand is a form of quartz, but it's one of the quartz that they were able to get their hands on, and they remember they have a lot of our enchantments and our spells. So what they did was, when they was working with the Moors, they sat down and they did a lot of what's called alchemy. All right, now you got two different forms of alchemy. You got mental alchemy, which is the ability to transmute situations. All right, so let's say somebody sent bad energy your way. When you take that bad energy, you're able to transmute it and turn it into a good thing or use it to your benefit. That's called mental alchemy. However, the original alchemy, though, because mental alchemy is a more advanced form of magic, right? In alchemy, basic alchemy is the ability to transmute base metals to gold, or to transmute any metal into whatever you want it to be. All right, for that matter. So you have to understand that they were using alchemy to transmute our certain quartz crystals that we had. Now, they couldn't do it with majority of our crystals, but some of the lower vibratory crystals they were able to do it with. All right. So what they were doing was, once they were able to transmute it, they were able to create a alternate realm to mimic this realm, but with intelligence. Okay.
for knowledge.